They say a small piece of mercury fulminate can produce the blast equivalent of 10 hand grenades. In the TV series Breaking Bad, a man seeking revenge on a gang boss throws a small chunk of mercury fulminate onto the floor, and a powerful explosion follows. To test whether that rumor held any truth, Carrie set out to recreate the scene. They brought in a military explosives consultant to produce a small amount of mercury fulminate. Because the compound is extremely sensitive and can detonate from minor shocks or impacts, it can only be manufactured with government permission and under controlled conditions. The expert's procedure yielded a gray powder. The pure white crystals seen in the show would require much more advanced processing, but that didn't change the explosive potential. Grant started the tests by placing 5 grams of mercury fulminate inside a pumpkin. The pumpkin was instantly blown to pieces. Next, they built a room modeled after the one in the episode. Their plan was to use 50 grams of mercury fulminate to destroy the house. No volunteer would agree to toss mercury fulminate by hand, so Grant built a mechanical throwing arm designed to mimic a human throwing motion. They mounted a dummy head above the arm to observe the effects on a human-shaped target and set pressure sensors with thin membranes throughout the room. If a membrane ruptured, it would indicate a fatal injury at that location. With everything in place, Grant remotely triggered the mechanical arm. When the mercury fulminate struck the floor, nothing detonated. They cranked the arm to its maximum force. Still nothing. Although mercury fulminate is sensitive to shock, static pressure alone didn't set it off. It required a detonating trigger. Using a wire detonator, they finally initiated an explosion. The blast was relatively small, but every pressure sensor membrane in the room ruptured, meaning the occupants would have suffered fatal injuries. To reproduce the show's climactic scene, the experts prepared 250 grams of mercury fulminate and placed it in the center of the room. The result was catastrophic. The room was torn apart. At that level of explosive force, no one could have survived. In short, the TV scene was sensationalized. But the experiment showed the core claim wasn't pure fiction. Small amounts of mercury fulminate are extremely dangerous, and larger amounts can cause devastating destruction.